Cats and capitalism. What's the connection? Well, it's quite amazing to see what's happening in the news lately, especially you see in Berkeley where they were considered heroes that destroyed the Starbucks on the Berkeley campus. Around the nation, college students are blocking the entrance to speakers who want to speak about the free enterprise system, capitalism, or any libertarian speakers, or of course, God forbid, Republicans. Where is this all leading? What comes to mind is in the 15th century, you may recall there was a major plague, the bubonic plague, that swept Europe, killing almost 20 million people. What was the problem that took them so long that 20 million people had to die before they could figure out how to end it? Well, it turns out that back in the 15th century, although the countries did have kings for leadership, most of the influence came from the church. And the church had long identified the cat with the devil, and the church decided and spread the word that the cat was the cause of this plague that was spreading throughout Europe. Early in the spreading of the disease, an apothecary, a pharmacist essentially, in Milan, discovered that Bacillus pestis was the actual germ that was spreading throughout Europe, and that it was primarily carried by the rat. By then, however, cats were literally gone from Europe based on the church's edicts. The result, of course, was that the Bacillus pestis spread like wildfire as no one could figure out how to stop it. So it took about 7.5 years, 20 million people had to die. The analogy is that today, the majority of the citizens seem to believe that, in fact, the cause of all their ills, and I've spoken about this before, is the free enterprise system known as capitalism. I've talked before that capitalism is essentially propertyism, a societal condition where property is sanctified. Capitalism is a property concept where one's property is literally revered above all else. And essentially that's what made America great. It wasn't until the turn of the century in 1900s that people started thinking that we're so rich that maybe we should start spreading some of this wealth to the less fortunate. The end result now is that we have a society that actually has the majority of citizens believing that capitalism possibly should be curtailed, could be the cause of the problems, and that we need a strong, intrusive government to make sure that capitalism doesn't get out of hand. Historically, we know that once bureaucrats set up systems to curtail capitalism, it gets so invasive that each department has a department to take care of that department, and it gets out of control. That's essentially where we are today. There's major movements aboard that in the 2018 elections, there's going to be massive drives to get Democrats to vote, to clean out Congress and get more socialists in to make the government stronger in providing higher wages, free health care, and all the things which can literally drive a country into financial ruin. We're currently at $20 trillion in debt and can't go much higher. So hopefully the analogy of what the mistake was in the 15th century, blaming the wrong party in the whole problem, it can be very dangerous. Look up the word capitalism and be comfortable with the fact that this is most of the things that you have that you like come from the free enterprise system. So I'll appreciate any comments you want to make below, and I look forward to having you subscribe. Thank you for watching.